All right, I'll let you guys start it away. In another fun day of practice out here of getting better and working hard, and excited where we're going, and also excited of our attitude of our guys on the offensive side of the ball with working through things, getting things right. Knowing we're still in that installation mode, but also getting excited to get a chance in the first opportunity to play some football in the Hall of Fame game.
We talked on Saturday about the offense struggling a bit and looking forward to seeing how they bounce back. How would you say that they did bounce back today?
Yeah, I think that's one thing we just mentioned to those guys. Coming off the practice before the players' day off. We had some struggles there operationally, and then being able to bounce back today and have a clean practice right there and operate at a high level there. And we know when we're operating at a high level from an operation standpoint, it's given all 11 players the best chance to play fast and play within every concept.
Is that the intent on the final drill of practice, just with trying to draw the defense off sides ahead of the 2-minute warning?
Yeah, working through all the different situations. So we get to those end of game, end of half situations at the end of practice where we're it's either defensive or offensive emphasis right there. So they're nice enough to give us some completions there in that up tempo but not walk through mode, so we can work a full speed operation, and we'll do the give and take with those throughout the course of camp so we can hit all those situations.
What component of Caleb's game do you feel like is furthest away from where you want it to be come week one?
Yeah, I think with him, it's the operation and the cadence, owning all the things that goes in there. And I think the great part about it is that he cares, he works hard, and he's so competitive that each day we've seen that improvement from him. So we're confident that part of it is heading in the right direction. And just like everything else, it's not just Caleb. To me, that's the young guys on the roster, the guys that are new to the roster here, getting a sense of comfort level with how we do things, what our 2024 Bears language is when we're communicating with each other. And I think, like I said, we have a bunch of guys that work hard and care, and so you see those daily improvements each time we go out there.
What are you seeing with Caleb in terms of when you watch the film later of past plays? What are you seeing in terms of his progressions and his ability to read the defense and make decisions as fast as they need to be?
Yeah, Caleb's got great big field vision. So when he's out there, if the play's in rhythm, he's doing a good job of learning some of the rhythm of the offense. And there's still some plays here where we're in install mode where it's the first time he gets to take a picture of that play. And then if the play's going off schedule, we know he's worked well there as well. So I think each play, banking every single rep, no matter how that rep worked out, going through a backside progression after he's thrown the first part of the throw to really feel what that concept looks like, and doing a good job. And the other quarterbacks have done such an excellent job too of, every rep that they're not in, whether Caleb's in for the rep or Tyson's in for the rep, banking that rep, behind the play, going through every single option that could have happened. And I think that's a great strength right there.
What's your criteria for Caleb at this stage that tells you, what are the boxes you want to see checked that show he's either on track or needs to catch up?
Yeah, I think that daily improvement and that positive mindset that he shows up with every single day, because both of those things give him a chance to be great, because he works hard and he does all the right things around and leading up to every single practice.
When it comes to preseason games, what can you see in a preseason game that you can't learn on a backfield?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is tackling, right? Tackling the runners with the ball in their hand, the O lineman finishing, knowing that those plays get completed, through the echo of the whistle right there. And so I think different guys will show up different ways with pads on, and you start to see which tackles are happening on the spot, or which guys have that ability to make the first one miss or work edges and gain extra yards.
I should have phrased it better. From a quarterback point of view, what do you see in a quarterback, or what can you learn in a preseason game that you can't learn?
Well, I think it's the same as the ball carriers. Right now it's a live pocket situation, so we know that it's ball security is at a premium. So now with the live rush, when the play ends, if there is a potential for a sack, which we know we don't ever want to have, but they happen, right? And so how does that play finish out when it's real? When it's not just a whistle that's blowing in the on the practice field right there. We got guys trying to strip the ball, trying to finish the play on defense. And so how do we react to that? How do you react to the collapsing pocket? And then the second part of that is if a play does go off schedule, how do the lanes play out? And some of those, just like have to tackle the ball carriers, have to tackle the quarterback too. So if he gets out, which ones of those are realistic, and you truly see that in the game settings.
Matt has talked about the desire from a coaching standpoint to push the envelope with the offense and push the envelope with Caleb. What gives you guys the comfort to do that with a rookie quarterback like Caleb?
Yeah, I think the starting point is everyone around him, right? And I think when everyone around him is on the same page, and we have some good veteran presence there that can go ahead and help out and work through different things that come up when you go through a full installation. And we know, like and we talked to the guys about the second week of training camp, which we're already in. We're ahead of the curve with the Hall of Fame game, so our installation's able to keep up right there because everyone else is able to keep up with it as well. And all the rookies, all the new guys are building forward to getting a great comfort level with that. But then we are also a step ahead of being able to pull back on the installation and now start to get great reps and start to accumulate more padded reps at particular plays there. And so that makes you feel great about it. And the young guys, and Caleb included, like his ability to improve daily, shows that, hey, we're not taking a step back every single day with this stuff, so we can keep going forward. And then knowing that we want to still work, and it takes a lot of practice and dedication to get crisp and play at a high level on every single play.
There's
Shane,
been
what's
a
the
lot of
balance,
move-
what's been the balancing act between installing the offense, but also catering it to the strengths or even the weaknesses of the players that you have?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of what we're doing in the evaluation process. So, sticking with the core installation over these first few weeks, but also evaluating everyone's skill set. First time, get a chance to be around the guys in pads, you start to form some opinions in the OTAs and the offseason program. But then when the pads go on, you start to see what different guys' skill sets are. And then, it's our job as coaches to put guys in the best position for their success right there to inevitably help the offense and help the team win. So, that's a balancing act. And I think you can do that with installation as well as putting guys in spots and seeing what they can do and not be, held back by thinking or having a preconceived notion that someone might not be able to do something. Let's go ahead and try it. And that's what practice is for.
There's been a lot of movement on the offensive line throughout the first few weeks of training camp. Do you feel like you're getting close to finding a specific five that you want to go with, or does it still feel like that's kind of up in the air right now?
Yeah, I still think there's some competitions going on, and I think that during the course of training camp, when you're able to mix and match offensive line combinations, especially this early part of camp right here, I think that builds that armor for the regular season if situations happen to occur up front, and different guys get comfortable playing next to not the same person every single day. The quarterbacks get comfortable in the huddle, talking about we know we got a great center competition going on right there, and I think overall though, Chris Morgan just does such a good job with mixing and matching the guys with a plan for what the future looks like, and also giving those guys the best opportunity to compete, not just the frontline guys, but our second level guys or guys that are competing for roster spots, putting them in position to have great opportunities to show great things on tape and give themselves the best opportunity moving forward.
I know Bates.
At right guard too. It seems like one of the things that Caleb does best is extend plays,
Mhm.
and then not only extend plays, not necessarily run, but find someone open, he scrambles either left or right, he always does that. How impressed are you by that, and is that something that can be taught? Are guys just born that way, can it be enhanced, how would you kind of describe that?
Yeah, I think for him, it's something that he's been able to do at such a high level for so many years. We don't want to hold back on that ability that he has, and I think the best part about his ability to move around in the pocket and scramble has been the downfield throws without getting turnovers as far as interceptions go. And then we know the big point of emphasis here and throughout camp is for all the quarterbacks is that pocket ball security. We talked about this, like talking about the getting a chance to play, live reps in games, where you get a feel for, one hand on the ball in the pocket, is not going to be what we're looking for. So we're always going to be harping on that with all the quarterbacks, with all of our guys, so that ball security issue doesn't show up when we go into games. And I think those guys have done a great job of working that as a group. And then the receivers, the tight ends, the running backs, the O-line really straining a little more if a play does go off schedule and working with that great intensity, that great hustle to put potential explosive plays that we know can develop off schedule.
Is there a competition at right guard?
At right guard, right now we're looking at all the guys. I know Nate has been out right now, so that was more of a injury thing than a competition thing right there. Yeah, Nate's still there. Yes, yes, sir.
What do you see from Caleb's ability to bounce back from mistakes and to accept coaching and improve?
Yeah, he's got a great sense of urgency with that. I think his ability to play with the energy and emotion, but also if something goes wrong or something's off a little bit right there, you know, he's looking you right in the eye. He wants to know, hey, what's the why behind why that went, you know, the wrong way right there? How can I fix it? How can I make it better the next play? And he does have that ability to move on and play the next play. And you know, like with our defense, I think our defense does a great job of stressing him, straining him, and you know, love to hear them. They're nice and vocal over on the other side, so they're going to let everybody know when stuff's going well on the defensive side. And I think that's just armoring us for a game situation where, hey, if something goes bad, on to the next one right there.
Would you say he's communicating with you, would you say he's communicating with you a lot, like you're getting texts late at night as he's reviewing stuff, that type of thing?
Yeah, I think between myself and Kerry Joseph, I know Ryan and Robbie, like everyone that you know has different parts there that they help him with. You know, whether it's hey, I need a cut up made or something here. You know, he's always looking for more information. I think the other quarterbacks have also done a great job of being around, and you know, there's scheduled meetings, and then there's that chance, you know, on the windows where the players have downtime. For obviously to take care of their bodies, stay healthy, but the quarterbacks have been great with, you know, getting in the room and going through some more film. And when the times that we're not allowed to be in there based on the hours, you know, they're still going. And I think that shows, you know, Caleb's competitive spirit and his desire to be great.
Shane, when
In Saturday's practice, you ran a 2-minute offense without Moore and without Allen. I'm curious, how do you evaluate the offensive performance without, you know, your two best receivers, and why are they not in there in that situation if you want to really see what you got?
Sure, I think everything in training camp is always going to be based on individual players with rep counts, with you know having that big vision to get to that first game against Tennessee healthy and ready to roll. So there's going to be different parts of practice where certain players are in, certain players are out, and I think those just provide great opportunities for Tyler Scott, Valus Jones, the other receivers to go in there and prove themselves with the ones and show you know what their skill set is. Like DeAndre Collin, all these guys have shown up in those scenarios when you know maybe Keenan or DJ have maxed out their potential reps for that day, and we get different guys involved in different scenarios to just elevate the competition.
You mentioned Tyler Scott, he's really shown up the last week. What are your expectations for him going into this season now?
Yeah, I think for Tyler, the expectations for the season, that's so far away. To me, it's right now we're in training camp mode, and just like every player on offense, can they get a little bit better every single day? And he's done an excellent job of, you know, really owning the system, understanding formations, you know, everything that goes into the base offense so that he's able to play fast, and you're starting to see, you know, some of the game speed showing up in some of these reps he's had the last couple of days especially, and showing up in a 2-minute drive on a big play the other day. So he's doing a great job, and like I said, everything right now is that short-sighted focus of getting better every single day in training camp.
Shane, when you were evaluating this job, the opportunity that you could have here, how much did it appeal to you that you'd have a chance to develop a quarterback prospect from the ground up?
I think the starting point, just with the timing of when everything happened, was you know getting a chance to talk with Coach Eberflus and Ryan Poles and seeing the alignment and the positivity, the vibe around the organization, the way that they communicate against or with each other, not against each other, and so that was like the starting point right there. And then you know as the job goes through and different things happen, you know obviously the draft process was a big part of it. You know as the job went.